That's a lot to take in to deal with, and it's such an aggressive moment in such a short period of time. This is what the time period the culture was dealing with in that moment. All right. So now that we have our money hats on and we're thinking finances, okay. The question is asked of us, and really, there's a lot of dialogue in this Bible study. I've gone through it. I've studied this thing. You all have permission as we go through this lesson. You can be critical of the text. You can be critical of the behaviors that are lifted here as we are inspired by what God is saying through Scripture. All right. But this one, I expect you to be opinionated on this one. All right. I do expect you to have a few things to say. But it starts with this question to get us our thoughts going. Imagine that your country experienced a Great Depression or another one in terms of our history. How do you think your life would be different? Or on the flip side, think about winning the lottery or a sweepstakes. How would your life change if you won? I'm gonna start with that one. Let me tell y'all. So, how would my life be different? I mean, I don't know if y'all would see me ever again. Lord, I'll change my address, change my name. No, I'm kidding, y'all. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I wouldn't know what to do. I believe that's why God won't let me win a sweepstakes or a lottery. I would know what I would do. And I know there's some people who probably don't either. You say you get $40 million jackpot. You'd be like, I'm gonna get me a bigger car, or I'm gonna buy me a bigger apartment. It makes no sense whatsoever. But truly, imagine what your life would be like if you were to incur a sudden loss. How would your life be different? Or a windfall in finances. What would change? I'm giving you permission to dream either way. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How would your life be different if we would experience a sudden loss or another Great Depression? As I'm thinking about it, I'm coming right to you, Ms. Bonsil. As I'm thinking about it, my first thought is this. I'm considering how inadequate I am equipped just to survive, all right? Because now I'm thinking if half my income was taken or if a significant chunk of my income was taken away, and now I'm thinking about, okay, how do I eat? What kind of food's available and that kind of thing. I'm one person that is, although my mother was from the country, my daddy knew how to do things. Some of those traits and skills they had didn't translate directly because I was so used to suburban accoutrement. Can I put it that way? Like my daddy and my mother had a garden at the house, and I would help with it, but I was never around enough to see the bare minimum stuff. I mean, they would tell me, okay, drop the seed right here. We're gonna plant this here. We're gonna string up this vine and have this wire here so the vine can grow up and that kind of thing. Okay, I saw all of that. I never understood the mechanics of all of that stuff. So if I'm thinking to myself, I can't go and buy food like I want to, the alternative is, okay, maybe I can grow food. No, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not a hunter, you all. I'm thinking to myself, man, I would really have to step it up if I'm trying to survive out here. And that's the first thought that goes through my mind. Now, let me get your thoughts, Ms. Bonsil. Tell me.
Good morning, Saints. Considering how I grew up, and I know that my grandparents raised me, and I know they always inform you not to forget where you come from. And it's not so much that I continue to do what I did where I come from, but I haven't forgotten. So to adjust to a change would be hard, but it's would be to the point where I'll know what it's like from the beginning. We didn't have all these things, and I definitely had to work hard. So to fall back would definitely take place in terms of where I come from.
Thank you for sharing that. Yes, sir.
Well, there was a time a few years ago. I went from, well, some years ago. I went from that $100,000 figure or amount plus to less than half of that. Um, but God.
manage to